Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another FIFA 23 kind of related video. If you enjoy the video today, guys, a thumbs up is very appreciated. We're trying to keep the uploads going daily. You know the vibes. Now guys, listen, the web app is out in 7 days. I know, it just feels wrong. It really does. So, you know, to get in that kind of mood, we're going to keep the uploads going. We're going to start uploading kind of FIFA 23 related content, guys. I think we haven't uploaded a FIFA 22 video in like a week. I don't think we will anymore. So yeah, we got a lot more ratings today, and we got a lot more ratings recently. I wanted to kind of go over some of them. I picked out some players that I actually think look really good. And again, let me know who you guys think based off this video. I guess you're most excited to use. You know, not generally from who you've seen or who you've heard of. Just from this video, who do you guys think is a player that you are really interested to go ahead and use? Now, before we look at any of the players, there was actually a leaked list of every single 5-star skiller, guys, in FIFA 23. So I wanted to kind of show you guys those. We've got Mbappe, Ronaldo, nothing special there. Neymar, Vinicius, obviously. And Nkunku, right? That's very interesting. And Nkunku, guys, and Kingsley Coman, which makes me really happy because this is a sick link to have in the Bundesliga. You can get a 5-star skiller, left mid and cam in the Bundesliga. They probably have secondary positions as well. I love Kingsley Coman in real life. He's very skillful on the ball. He's very good. And it's great to see Nkunku after his huge season get a 5-star skill upgrade. I think that's awesome. So that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Behind my face cam, guys, you've got Thiago, you've got Mahrez, and you've got Shaqiri. Nothing new there. Depay, Pogba, Sancho, Felix, Odegaard, Dembele, Di Maria, Ziyech, Acosta, Firmino, Cuadrado, Anthony, Paqueta. But obviously Paqueta and Anthony now in the Premier League. Zaha, Coutinho, Eber, Rashford, Moreno. St. Max, Corona, David Neres at Benfica now. Carlson, Ribery, and Jota, Pereira, and Coronado. So nothing too crazy there. Jota, by the way, for Celtic has been balling. I don't know if any of you guys watch Celtic all the time, but he's been amazing. I don't watch them all the time either, but I've seen some highlights, and he's been balling. So these are actually new skillers in FIFA 23. Or all the skillers, rather. You've got some new ones in here as well. And I would say some new ones that are quite relevant, you know, and Nkunku and Coman. I mean, those guys could be very relevant, you know, at the top level early on. So that's really cool to see. Now, obviously, I wanted to go over, like, you've got Gavi and Pedri. Gavi doesn't really look that good. I will be quite honest with you guys. So Jeremy Pino, nothing too crazy there. You do have Frimpong, who I believe looks like a crazy right back in the Bundesliga. I mean, just for a starter right back. Should be quite affordable because of the 72 defending. It's a huge upgrade on his card. I mean, last year he was a silver, so he's all the way up now at 80 rated. I mean, that should be quite the usable card in the Bundesliga. I mean, I don't know. That for me is definitely a big upgrade for him, so that's cool to see. And then, you know, you can go on the Footbin tab, guys, at the latest FIFA 23 players. I more just wanted to go over players that I thought were really interesting. Like, I think Saliba is a really interesting center back in the Premier League. I do think he's going to be a bit more expensive because of the links and also the hype of Arsenal. Arsenal have just been playing better recently, so I think he's going to be a bit more expensive. A couple thousand coins for sure. But 78 pace, 80 defending, 79 physical. I mean, what's not to like there? 6'4" as well. That definitely doesn't hurt. Timber looks awesome. I mean, guys, the thing as well is that Timber is a card that for Ajax, I just don't think he's going to be more than like 5, 6, 7,000 coins. It's a crazy card. Now, there is one exception, and that exception could be St. Juste last year had like 91 pace, 92 pace, and he was in the Bundesliga, and he was really expensive. But I don't know, man. I think the Bundesliga, you know, I'm more inclined to still think that people would be more in that league than the Eredivisie with building teams. So I still think that because of the league, potentially, his price may be a little bit cheaper. But you've got to understand that chemistry is completely different next year. You're going to be starting to look at nationality a little bit more because, you know, if you do a full nationality team of Dutch, that's where Timber might be a little bit more interesting, right? So I think that's something to think about. Rodrigo, you know, a nice looking card for me. Nothing crazy, but a nice looking card. I think a nice card, an affordable card. I think it's really important early on to get these players that can pass, like, I think 70 plus, high 80s with the pace, and like decent dribbling. And I think Rodrigo can check all those boxes for, you know, a potential starter team. Nuno Mendes is also really interesting. 89 pace. Obviously, PSG links is going to be massive. Any player that's not Neymar, Mbappe, Messi on PSG that is good is going to be huge, right? Because you can link around those other players. Musiala, obviously, nice to see some respect starting to be gathered around him internationally and everywhere else, man. People are starting to see how good he is. Still not a card that I think you're going to really use in FIFA. Could be a card, though, reminds me of last year at the beginning of FIFA. I was using Luka Modric because he had very high dribbling. Maybe that's going to be a situation with Musiala. I don't know, but could be, right? Could be, where you don't have the best stats, but you have decent stats in the 70s. But again, Musiala is going to be one of those players that people will use for probably a couple days, and then he becomes instantly outdated, and it's going to be a card that's super reliant on needing promo cards for the rest of the year, which is okay. Fati as well with the 88 pace, 79 rated. I think that's a bit underrated. I think Fati's been healthy and been playing very well. So I think Fati's still a little bit underrated at 79. I think he's very good. Saka's an 82. Interesting. There's nothing crazy about this card. Like, when I look at this card, I actually think that Saka is potentially more of a center mid here. I mean, I think a center mid looks good for him. 65 defending, 65 physical. He's a nice center mid in a 4-1-2-2 that can kind of go forward a little bit. So I think there's some interest there. Florian Wirtz, a really, really popular young player at the moment. Just coming back from, I think he tore his ACL last season. Really, really promising player in Germany. So looks like a good card there. Pau Torres looks like one of those kind of La Liga center backs you use first day. 73 pace, not bad. I think I remember using his winter wild card this year, and it was a decent card. So 84 defending, 81 physical for Pau Torres. Still a little bit slow, but potentially could work with it. I think Jesus Navas is one of the best starter right backs every year, and everyone always looks at his strength because his strength is like 40, but he's very good. He's always very good in the start of FIFA, so I do always enjoy using Jesus Navas. I think he's a good player to start off with in the La Liga. You've got Savic as an 84. You're not going to use him. I think Militao, obviously, today we got the official top 25 La Liga ratings. Look at this Militao card, man. 86 pace. I mean, he is definitely 100% undoubtedly going to be in the pro, the meta, the sweaty teams early on. I can't see a way where he isn't. Just with the 86 pace, the decent passing, and something he offers that not a lot of center backs offer, good passing and good dribbling. It's a key thing to have for center backs early on. Luka Modric, 88. Rudiger just looks crazy as well with 87. I think the difference between Rudiger and Militao that you're going to notice is probably Rudiger is going to have a little bit more of that crazy auto defending feel than Militao. I think Militao is going to be more of that kind of like catch-up center back, that pacey center back, where I think Rudiger is going to be more of that center back that's going to be able to really win you the tackles and the headers off corners and everything like that. So I think Alaba's an interesting one too. Alaba last year, guys, I loved him at the start. Alaba's gold card this year, and basically Alaba got these like new animations this FIFA 22. He got these newer animations, and it turned out that it really helped out the way his card played in the beginning of the game. I think a lot of you guys really liked Alaba. And then we had his later cards, in the year where the nominee and the ones to watch were both really good. The inform at 79 pace. If you look at this card, it's actually like kind of directly like his first inform last year. So it will be interesting to see how good that card is, because I think he looks great. Fakir got an upgrade. Fakir is going to have incredible dribbling. And, Fakir's like notorious FIFA card was this 86 special card that he got in the beginning of last year. And this card is one rating closer. So 87 dribbling on Fakir. It's looking scary hours with Fakir for sure. I think Carrasco is one of those guys that's always really disrespected in price. If you take a look at his card from this year, it was really good as well. And really affordable, man. Like, 10K for this card, 4-4. These stats early on it's sick, man. So this is an even better card. They gave him +2 dribbling, which means his balance is going to be better. His passing is up to 80. His shooting is 82. His pace is 89. So, yeah, looking like a pretty crazy card. I'm excited for Carrasco. I love using Carrasco in FIFA. Fun fact, I think Inform Carrasco in FIFA 21 was in my team where I went like 26-0. I was like using such a mid team, and he was so good. La Liga just seems to be it for center backs next year. Koundé as an 84 with 84 pace and 85 defending. That's mad for Koundé. So that's great. That's a great card. Koundé, it's going to be interesting. Like, do you go with Koundé and Militao, or do you go like Koundé and Rudiger, or do you go Militao and Rudiger? Like, do you sacrifice the pace for a little bit more defending? It's gonna have to be all super dependent on how we feel like the meta is in the game. Love to see Chiesa with that even greater card. I know he was injured this year, but really good player in real life. Sick, right? Sick card, right? A lot faster. Left wing. He's gonna have secondary positions though, guys. So a lot of the positions, don't look too much into him. He will have the secondary position 100% of right wing or right mid, whatever it would be. Cuadrado's really good. I just think Cuadrado's gonna be expensive, but I think Cuadrado's one of the best fullbacks you can use at the start of FIFA / center mids. I really think he's got it all. So that's a great card. Di Maria got a -3, which I really disagree with. I just wanted to say, whether or not you care about my football takes, I don't agree with that. I don't know how Di Maria got a -3. Like, Di Maria has been really good in real life. You could base it off his FIFA informs from last year. I don't know. I think that, like, EA has this algorithm where players, like, hit a certain age and they're just like, nah. I don't get it, man. I don't know how Di Maria is an 84 because Di Maria last year was so good at moments for sure. Bremer got a huge upgrade going to Juve. This is interesting. I mean, this is great for links. This reminds me of almost like Juan Jesus a couple of years ago at Roma when he got that, I think it was that Europa League card. This is so similar, right? 83 rated, 78 pace, 84 defending, 79 physical. Juventus, obviously, Serie A links is going to be great. Serie A links is going to be great as well because Serie A is always a cheaper league to build out of. So I think it's a positive there. You've got Joe Gomez, always the standard meta FIFA card. I mean, in the beginning, this would be a very affordable Joe Gomez. I think unless Joe Gomez really picks up his real life performances, his most expensive card is totally going to be FIFA 21. FIFA 22, at the start, he was 40K, but I think he was that expensive as well because I also think it was a lot of the hype from last year. That's kind of what will happen in FIFA. Like, players will be really good one year, and then the hype will really, like, carry over the next year. So I think there's definitely something in there for that. Darwin is interesting. Darwin's an 89 pace striker. So I think you've got two really interesting strikers in the Premier League next year with Isak and Darwin. Isak, I think, is going to be potentially a little bit better because I think he'll have overall just better stats all around the board. But don't sleep on Darwin with the pace and the shooting. It's a nice card. We'll see really, how he really pans out. Firmino's always a really nice starter card. I think he's a little too slow now, but he's kind of like the Premier League Felix a little bit. Diaz is an 84 with 91 pace. He should be great. Diaz had an inform, I think, at the start of last year that I was loving for 15,000 coins, and this card will be very similar, except he'll be in the Premier League, right? So that's always a positive, I guess, right, for links. Reece James, honestly, if you can move him to center mid in game, that looks like where Reece James would absolutely thrive. That card would be mad at center mid. Azpilicueta, Cucurella, I don't think there's too much here. Cucurella's a little bit too slow. Kovacic, Sterling as an 86, still going to be good. We've seen his rating already posted. This was interesting to me. Schlotterbeck looks really good for the Bundesliga teams. A little bit slower, but good links. Overall, decent card. I like this card a lot. I mean, it's a newer card that I think some people are going to definitely give a go. And then you've got Kalulu, who's a very young player from Milan. Unfortunately, the other week in football, he got destroyed. I forget what game it was, but I won't forget it. I remember I saw it, and what I saw was crazy. But 80 pace, 79 defending, a nice card. Obviously, you got that link to Tomori. You got the link to Theo Hernandez. Leao. Milan is going to be a great team to use in FIFA next year. You've got Raum, 87 pace for Leipzig. Nice German left back. I think German left back's always been a little bit of a problem in FIFA. You never really know, where to go there. So I like that. Fabinho's an 87. I don't think he's a non-rare, but I think Fabinho's an 87, which is crazy. Most of the other cards, guys, we do know. I think, out of the other cards that I was really interested in that I haven't really talked about yet, I really think Felix looks good. He got an even higher dribbling stat. I think Felix is such a good early on card. One of the most overpowered cards of all time was Felix's Player of the Month from FIFA 21. This was such a good card. And I think this card is not that far off it. It's probably far off with the pace, but the dribbling is almost there. So there's definitely a lot to like with Felix. And we take a look at other cards that I think are huge. I mean, Jude getting an 84 is sick. It's sick, right? Love to see, it's such a new time on FIFA, man. We're getting these young players now that are starting to get these crazy cards, and they're really rising up in their career. So it's awesome to see it translating overall wise to FIFA. As I think a lot of us have been watching a lot of these players for a long time. Vinny Jr., I'm going to end my video on Vinny, guys. Vinny looks mad. Vinny looks so freaking good, man. So super excited to check him out. I think Vinny's going to be like 250K next year. I think he's going to be so expensive. Vinny's card this year was one of the best wide mids in the game. Thanks for watching the video today, guys. Just going over some ratings. See you guys later. Peace.